Hey guys, good morning. I am just out of the shower. I went to Pilates this morning. My legs feel like jelly, so I guess that's a good thing. I am just about to do my skincare, and I'm working with Exponent Beauty on this portion of my video. They have just come out with like a more travel-friendly dispensing system and like packaging for their serums. Now, to remind you, in case you don't remember, I have been a longtime fan of Exponent Beauty's serums. Their retinol, it's like their Time Rewind retinol serum, is one of the very few retinol products I can use. I have very, very sensitive skin. I've never gotten into using like retinols in any way, and I really wanted to try theirs in particular because Exponent Beauty is known for basically their philosophy and all of the research that they've done behind skincare. And skincare starts to lose its potency as soon as all the ingredients are combined. So what Exponent has done is they keep the main ingredients separated. You basically activate the serum at home, and so you're able to use skincare at its peak potency. Essentially, I have actually a saved Instagram stories. It's an Instagram highlight in my profile on how to put the system together. Not that it's complicated, but you actually have to assemble the products together. So what I want you to do today is show you basically their new power system starter set. So this has to be put together. It's just a little bit different from their original packaging because it's smaller and it's more travel friendly. So they sent over my favorite, the Time Rewind Retinol. Anyway, let me turn you around so we can put this together. There's some nice instructions here on how to do it. All right, so this is right inside the box, and it says how to assemble, remove aluminum caps, and screw power dispenser onto power and pump onto hydrator. So let me take all of the pieces out. So here's 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay, so I'm going to remove aluminum caps. That. I'm assuming I need to take off the seal, so I'm going to do that for both. So, and screw the power dispenser onto powder. So I believe this is the power dispenser, and here's the powder. So I'm going to screw that right on top. Make sure that's nice and tight. And then the pump, which of course I'm assuming is this, onto hydrator. And the illustration is pretty clear there. All right, so twist off both white caps. Take that off, take that off. And now I'm going to stamp powder dispenser into hand for 1 precision dose. So that's 1 precision dose of the powder, and then pump 1 dose of hydrator, mix in palm, and apply. All right, so now I'm just gonna mix together. Here is my serum. Well, let me turn you back around. All right, just massaging the serum in. It has a really nice texture. It's very, very silky smooth after you've mixed the two together. It'll feel a little powdery at first, and then as soon as it really works in together, the powder just dissolves into the liquid portion, and then it just works beautifully into the skin. I just love it. So if you get the power system starter set, it is $98. A powder refill is $60, and then the hyaluronic hydrator refill is $30. And like I've said, this is one of the very, very few retinol products that I can use that's been effective but gentle, hasn't irritated my skin at all. It really, really smooths out my skin. It does what retinol is supposed to do. It helps with fine lines and wrinkles. And so many of you have complimented me on my skin lately, and I do think that it is in large part to Exponent's retinol system. So anyway, highly, highly recommend. Big thank you to Exponent, and I am gonna get on with my day. So I don't think I have shown you guys my newest ring from Luna. I did repost something on my Instagram stories because she posted a picture of it, but she actually sent me the most beautiful 50th birthday present. And I have been wearing it, and some of you guys have noticed, but it is this ring. Let me take it off, actually. It is in black gold with diamonds. Isn't that so beautiful? Absolutely stunning. I am just in love with it. And it's so funny because, you know, it doesn't match, quote unquote, match the rest of my rings, but I don't care because they're all Luna's rings and I have to have them on all the time. So I just need one for this, one for this finger, one for this finger. Maybe I need thumb rings, who knows? I need more hands apparently. But I just wanted to show you guys that and also share with you what Luna and I have been cooking up. I have a wonderful, wonderful blog post up of like a little interview that Luna and I had about my Quercus ring, which is this moonstone ring. We just talk about moonstones a little bit and then the design and her design process. And I don't know if you guys remember, not last month, but the month before at this point, I shared like a Zoom call, a FaceTime call that we had. We recorded it and I threw it into a vlog. I thought it was so great that you guys could see her face. And we wanted to do that again, but it's recording like the internet, it was all against us. It was very slow, it was very choppy. It just didn't really work out. So definitely head on over to my vlog. Of course, I'll link to it down below in my description box. Also, don't forget to sign up for my newsletter on my blog because you'll be informed of new blog posts, and sometimes I just send out newsletters over the week if I don't have time for a blog post. But I try and do both every single week, and I've been pretty good. I've been pretty good lately, I have to say. I've really been like trying to manage my time and be a little bit more efficient with, you know, all the content. But it just brings me so much joy to write up a blog post to share my thoughts with you in just a different format, not me just blah, 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 just like vomiting at the mouth, but really like taking some time and taking some like beautiful photos or whatever. So anyway, check out that blog post, sign up for my newsletter. And the most exciting news that I want to share is Luna has so generously and graciously decided to extend another 10% off discount. So just use Michele10, or if you end up, DMing her over Instagram or just contacting her, just let her know the code or just pass on my name and you'll get 10% off. Her entire site, all of her designs, of course, all of her designs are one of a kind. So if there's something unique or special or, something particular that you want, just DM her over Instagram. I always have her information down below in my description box as well. So we were talking about like how long we wanted to run the coupon for, and I thought it would be a good idea to run it through Cyber Monday. So it's going to end on Cyber Monday. Let me look up what the date is actually. Cyber Monday is then the 27th. So this deal will go on until 11:59 p.m. Pacific time on Monday, November 27th. So get in contact with her if you want something 10% off. And just to let you know, her turnaround time is about a month. I'm just gonna say over the holidays, things get a little bit crazy. So definitely get your orders in if you want something for the holidays. Pass this note on to a loved one if you're giving them gift ideas for yourself. But it really is, and I've said this before, it's so rare to get a discount on fine jewelry, especially one-of-a-kind, custom-made fine jewelry. So yeah, so definitely take advantage of it. And I can't go on enough about how much I love Luna's jewelry. All of it is so soulful. It's just full of beauty in every way. So anyway, just wanted to throw that out there. Since I got ready this morning with you guys, I've had kind of a boring day. So I'm just gonna get back to my boring day. I just have been doing a lot of work, just typing away. So I'll do that, and I'll see you guys tomorrow morning. Good morning. I woke up with quite a puffy face. I think we're having pretty bad seasonal allergies here in Vegas right now because it's so interesting. It's like the summers here are like winters elsewhere because it gets so hot here. That's when everything dies. It's when everything just sort of resets. And so now that the weather is much more civilized, it's very chilly in the mornings, but it gets up to like, 65, 70 when the sun comes out. Things are really blooming. Like I'm noticing in my backyard that all my flowers are really, really happy. And I've been waking up and this eyelid has been jumping for like the past week. It just won't stop. And I know whenever my eyelids jump, it is allergies. So I am extremely puffy. I was gonna use some of my cryogenic tools. I have these from Angela Caglia. I've been talking about these for years. I just love them, absolutely love them. The shape of them, the fact that they're gold, I just love. So I love to, oh God, that feels so good. So sometimes I'll just roll them like this. And when my skin is a bit more moisturized, I'll actually turn them over to like the rounded side and actually like drag. But I feel like I'm like pulling, like tugging my skin a little bit. So today I'm just gonna place it down and then just rock it back and forth. You can do that with this side too. But I like this right here because, especially on this eyelid, because it's jumping, there's like this one spot where I feel like my eyelid's always jumping and this will calm it down. This is also really good, like right over your eyeball. Oh my God, it's so good. So, so good. So it's about, what time is it? It's 5:52 a.m. I woke up, I don't know what is going on with me, but I woke up at 4 o'clock this morning. I woke up at 4 o'clock yesterday morning, just ding. And I usually wake up at 5. So just a whole hour earlier, and it's such a stupid time because it's not like, I mean, yes, I could fall back asleep, but if I don't fall back asleep immediately, it's like a dumb amount of time to try and fall back asleep. So I just end up getting up. And then tonight is daylight savings ends. So we're turning the clocks back. And so now I'm really screwed because tomorrow, well, we'll see. But if I start waking up at 3, I'm gonna be really, really annoyed. But tonight may actually save me. So you guys, I'm gonna go see you two at the Sphere. So if you guys have not seen any news about this new attraction in Las Vegas, it's called the Sphere. And it's actually, it's built like right off of the Strip, but it's like behind the Wynn and across the street from the Venetian and the Sands Convention Center. It's gigantic. And I remember when it was being built, it was, dark or whatever. And anytime anyone came to visit, they were like, what's with the Death Star? It just looked like a black orb. Now that it's all lit up, it's so cool. You guys have probably seen like Instagram Reels or TikToks with the happy face on the Sphere. And I actually showed the Sphere, what vlog was that? Oh, my friend Jen was visiting. We were walking across the bridge from the Wynn to the Venetian, and you could see the Sphere from the pedestrian bridge. I forget what was up there. The like happy face was there, the smiley face was there, and then it was like something else. Anyway, the smiley face, like all the images on the Sphere are not static. So it's this face, it's like moving and it's making different, expressions. And like when a plane flies over, like the whole face will flip and you can see it like following the plane. There's a golf course behind the Wynn and apparently it'll like watch when people, drive or whatever and it'll like follow the ball. I don't know, just very, very, very funny. It's a very comical smiley face on the Sphere. It's just, it's really cool. It's very cool looking. It adds even more to the very lit up, light intensive Strip. And so it's supposed to be this very immersive experience that when you go in, not only are you surrounded, pretty much 360 by, panels and everything, but I think the sound is supposed to be coming at you from all directions. We'll see. I'll vlog as much of it as I can. They're very strict about what you can bring in and, all that kind of stuff. So actually, I don't even think I can bring this camera in. I can bring my phone in, but that's it. But there were like no like recording devices other than, what did they say? Like regular mobile devices, something like that. Anyway, so that's what I'm doing tonight. Before that, my husband and I are going to go to Smith & Wollensky at the Venetian for dinner. So apparently parking and, actually getting into the Sphere is sort of dramatic. I think parking is very expensive. I think there's very little parking. I don't know why they did that, But they did that. It's expensive, and there isn't a lot of parking. And so since the Venetian is across the street from the Sphere, we're gonna go kind of early, hopefully get some parking there, have dinner, and then just walk on over. So I think the doors open at 6 or 6:30, and the show starts at 7:30, well, around 7:30. So that's the plan today. I'm really excited. My husband actually ended up getting these tickets because a friend of his got them and then got them for 2 different nights and then couldn't use them for this night. And so my husband just scored them basically. I love U2. My husband loves U2 as well. And U2 was the first big concert I ever went to. I went to go see them at Madison Square Garden for the Joshua Tree tour when I was a freshman in high school. So this was 1987. 1987, I saw U2, the Joshua Tree. Wow. So I don't know, for some reason, it just slipped his mind to mention that we got tickets to U2. And then I saw it on the calendar and, oh, good morning, Butters. I saw it on the calendar and I was like, what is this? I'm like, is he going without me? I'm like, oh, okay. And then I forgot to ask him. Anyway, long story short, it was just a couple weeks ago, I was like, oh, by the way, what is that on the calendar? He was like, oh, I totally forgot to tell you. He's like, we're gonna go see U2. I was like, okay. But yeah, we're really excited. Good morning, Butters. What you doing? What you doing? Do you need to pee-pees? Did you pee-pees, baby? Oh, cutie pie. Hi. Do you need a sweater? It's kind of cold. Butters, where's your snowman sweater? I just got her a new sweater because I was at Walgreens. I keep wanting to call it Duane Reade, which is what they're called in New York City. I don't know why. I haven't done that in 7 years. Anyway, I was at Walgreens a couple weeks. Oh, she's going back upstairs. Okay, fine. Anyway, let me show you the sweater I got her. I got her this snowman sweater. Isn't that so cute? This light blue, I just thought was so pretty. Pretty, that's an overstatement. I just thought it was very cute. Okay, so funny, it's so cold out that, I let her outside to pee. And usually she just comes back inside and she plops on the couch. But I think because it's so cold, she wants to go back to bed and snuggle in with my husband, who's still up there. So she left me, she went back upstairs. Fine, all right, I'm gonna enjoy my coffee. I think my eyes, I didn't do this eye, did I? I only did my right eye, hold on. Oh, this eyelid keeps jumping. Oh, it's so annoying. It's so annoying. Oh, let me do this eye. Oh, have I shown you guys this? This is so cool. I posted this to my Instagram feed, but I don't think I showed it on my vlog. So my husband likes to get me flowers from this florist, J'adore la Fleur. You've seen these before. They're they come in this box. But for Halloween, they just simply added these glittery, spindly, bony skeleton hands. It's so cool. They had all these different Halloween arrangements. They had some with bats. They had some with spiders on it. But he picked out the one with the hands because he knows how I love bones. That's a whole nother conversation. But I love bones. I love hand bones especially. And yeah, he picked those out for me. And I love them. I love them so much because I'm it's just one of their typical, beautiful, a gazillion roses bouquet. But then just with those hands coming through, it's so cool. So anyway, my husband got me those for Halloween. I love them so much. Let me keep doing this. And I have a couple of exciting, really exciting packages to open. So I got a PR box. I just opened it and peeked in, but then I thought, you know what, let's open it together. It's from a makeup brand that I've been so curious about, Farah Homidi. I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. Farah, F-A-R-A, Homidi, H-O-M-I-D-I. I think it's Homidi. I've just been, seeing more and more of her products show up at retailers. Instagram is definitely feeding her posts to me. And so I've just been really curious. Anyway, and then this box arrived and I'm so excited to check out the makeup in there. I also I'm very, very excited. And it's probably going to be the thumbnail, so you probably know what I'm about to say. But I ordered something from PHOEBE Philo, and I'm so excited. The box came yesterday. I waited around for it because it was delivered by DHL, and they said that I needed to be here to sign for it. I'm like, okay. So I waited all day. They delivered it at about 5:05 yesterday, so all day. And then they just dropped it at my front door. I didn't need to sign for it. I was so pissed. I had errands to run and everything, and I didn't go out because I wanted to make sure I signed for this. Anyway, so that came. I haven't opened it. Again, I wanted to open it with you guys. I think I may open it in a TikTok or a short, but anyway, I'll show you what I got. But I'm gonna get on with my day. I have a bunch of work that I need to get done for tomorrow. I'm going to a stride class at 9:30. When you wake up at 4 in the morning, 9:30 feels like it's in the middle of the day, and I'm like, what can I do before? And then what do I leave for after? Well, I'll figure this out, and I will be back in just a bit. Well, I just showered. I filmed, after I vlogged with you guys, I filmed a video. I went to my treadmill class. I came home and I showered, and here we are. And I just have to share with you, I was listening to U2 since we're going to see them tonight. I was like, oh, I haven't listened to them in a while. And, just going through like all of their albums and all of their songs, and we were playing them in the car on the way to class, on the way back from class. And it's like, I knew every single word to so many of their songs. I'm like, I cannot believe like how much of their stuff that I know, and just like, yeah, like just memories of U2 started coming back to me. I remember, well, I'll never forget my very first big girl concert, which was U2 at Madison Square Garden. And I actually had like the luck of going with this friend of mine in high school, and she actually moved afterwards. But her dad was some like bigwig, I think at some like liquor. It could have been at LVMH. I don't know. Anyway, it was like so strange. And she's like, we have a box at Madison Square Garden. I didn't even know what that meant. I was like, okay. And we went, and yeah, it was so great. We were in a box at Madison Square Garden. So we were actually up and high, but it's super comfortable. You have food in the back. And since that was my first time and first experience at Madison Square Garden, I thought that's how all concerts were. But anyway, that concert, it was the Joshua Tree. It was so amazing because it ended with Larry Mullen Jr., the drummer, just doing a solo. It was like they did, I think, like a couple of encores, then they left, and then there was just a spotlight on him. He was in the middle of the stage, and he did this solo drum act that was like, I mean, I think like the entire arena was dead quiet. It was incredible, absolutely incredible. And then I remember reading afterwards that he's actually the only member, I could be wrong, but I think he's the only member of U2 that actually had musical training. The Edge, Adam Clayton, Bono, I think none of them knew what they were doing when they got together. I think they just kind of winged it. Obviously, they have a talent and an aptitude for it, but yeah, I don't think they ever like went to school or got lessons or anything. I think the drummer is the only one. Anyway, I was like remembering that, and then I was remembering like, I don't know, a couple years later, like Adam Clayton, the bassist, he dated Naomi Campbell for a while, and I remember we were all like, wait, what? And and this was like something we read in magazines back then because we didn't have the internet, and they were like, I don't know, there was a picture of him. I remember he had a blazer on and like a white t-shirt, and she of course looked amazing. And they were like holding hands, and they were walking down some like New York City street. And we were like, whoa, wait a second. Cause all the attention was on the drummer, cause he's, super cute. Bono, he's the lead singer. The Edge, cause he's the guitarist. And then there was Adam Clayton, the bassist that like, I don't know, I didn't really pay attention to. And there he was dating Naomi Campbell. And we were like, what have we been sleeping on? Like, what is going on? I'll never forget that. I think that was very short-lived. And then I remember sorry, I'm like really going down memory lane. I remember when Achtung Baby came out. And again, no internet or anything. And this was, I think, right when I started at NYU was when the album came out. And it was this whole thing because the CD packaging, it like opened up, And so everyone, and of course there was buzz about that, and we were all like, oh my God, like we have to get our hands on the actual like CD. And I had no money. I had not even enough money to spend on like a $12.99 CD. But I had a roommate at NYU who did. And so I remember going and waiting online at Tower Records on Broadway and 4th Street. It's not there anymore, I don't think. Down in the Village. And we got in and we're opening it up, and it was this whole, big thing. There was a pamphlet in there. I mean, that's what was exciting back then, okay? Yeah, so I was remembering that, and I remember how that album was such a departure from what they had been doing, because it was, they were like starting to implement like a lot of electronic sounds and machines and everything in there. And they were such, such a like rock, very acoustic, especially coming off of the Joshua Tree, which sounded like almost folksy, almost country, very, very like American influence, like rock and roll. And yeah, it was just like, whoa, what's U2 doing with this album? Anyway, I just had all these thoughts just listening to them on Spotify. Anyway, thank you for indulging me. Thank you for indulging me walking down memory lane with U2. And sorry, I'm standing back from my camera because there's like a vicious ray of sun coming in right there. So I'm standing back a little bit. I think you can see me okay though. So I asked you guys what you thought I got on Instagram when the Phoebe Philo site like was live or whatever, and like 90% of the site is like sold out at this point. And so many of you guessed the sunglasses, which I really, really wanted. Okay, I'm not gonna lie, I really wanted, but I was like, let me just get like one thing that I want. And man, I wanted to get the overcoat. So many of you guessed that I got the overcoat. I didn't get any clothing. I moved the operation over into my handbag room because that sun in my closet, I don't know what the heck was going on. I guess the angle of the sun's changing with the seasons. Anyway, so here is, oh God, the star of the show. Oh my goodness. This is a giant box, and it does have, it has that like rippy tab. So let me just rip this open. And this was shipped directly from Florence, Italy. Let me get the box into the frame. Okay. All right. Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry, you guys. I'm like so busted. We'll leave that for a later conversation. Oh, I can barely bend down though. Okay. Here. Wow. Guessing this is my receipt. Here's the big, beautiful box. Let's get that out. And let's get this open. I think when you guys see what I got, you're not gonna be surprised at all what I picked. In its dust bag. So what do we think of her logo? I don't know, I kind of expected her to do like a sans serif, like, you know, not just like Celine, but something a little bit more modern looking. I mean, I love a serif font. I like that kind of traditional look, but I wasn't expecting that from her. Oh my God, this is like all wrapped up. Let me take it out of the bag. Okay. Here it is. Oof. Wow, she's beautiful. Okay, let me take this felt off. So I got the small handbag with the calf hair, and it is, can you guys see? I got the dark brown because I thought that just looked a lot, I don't know, like it had more depth than the black. The black in the calf hair almost looked like it was velvet. Oh my gosh, I love this. And then it's got that little bit of gold hardware there. Take out all of this. So these straps are attached to zippers. So there's one huge zipper on this side of the bag and then one huge zipper on this side of the bag. And this is definitely a throwback to Phoebe at Celine with all the like leather straps and cording hanging down. Oh, I really, really like her. And then this is like a snap. So you stick it in and then you just pull it out. And that's it. There's no dividers or anything inside. It is leather and suede lined. And at the bottom here, I don't know if you guys can see, there's like an imprint of Phoebe Philo, made in Italy. kind of stamp all the way at the bottom. But I'm gonna do a blog post of this, and that way I can like post some like really good pictures of this, and you guys will be able to see like more detail. It's always hard with video to like get a really good shot, unless you're in a studio, of course. But ooh, I love it. And the size is really, it's really good. They had that crazy expensive bag on her site. It was like $8,700, I think like leather trim like this, but it looked gigantic. I mean, it looked like a weekender bag. It was huge, but it was just very casual styling, like not actual luggage. And I don't know. I mean, I think it's sold out, but I don't know. I don't know the purpose of that bag because it was so huge. This is like a wonderful size. And I like this east-west shape, you know, this like rectangular shape. Yay. Oh, I'm so excited. I love this. I'm so, so glad I got the dark brown, the chocolate brown calf hair, because it's so dark it looks black from far away, but you still have enough, yeah, like right there, do you see it? You still have enough like color depth so you can see the calf hair. Calf hair, by the way, some people get really freaked out. They're like, oh my God, what? It's a fur bag. It's just leather that hasn't been shaven down. If you are okay with leather, then you should be okay with calf hair. So that is my Phoebe Philo bag. So here is the bag, so you can see it in proportion to me. Sorry, this room is such a mess. I've got like handbags just strewn everywhere and clothing that I need to try on and everything. Anyway, here it is in proportion to me. Isn't that a good size? It's such a good size. And it's a little too snug for me to wear that way, but I think if you were a skinny mini, you could probably wear it on your shoulder, but it's like the perfect handbag. Oh, I really love it. I really, really love it. I'm so glad I picked this up. Oh, I wish I could bring this out tonight, but because U2 is at the Sphere has like super strict rules, like what bags you can bring. In fact, I don't even think I'm gonna bring a bag. I'm just gonna bring like my wallet and my phone, and that's it. Oh, did I even show you guys what I was wearing? This is that rag and bone jacket that I got during that Saks Friends and Family sale. I got it a while ago. It hasn't been cool enough for me to wear, finally. Here in Vegas, it is cool enough. So this is the one, it's corduroy. And yeah, I've just been loving how, I don't know, I feel like there's so many more things with like texture and different material, like this, different materials coming out. Not that this is new or anything, but I'm seeing like an abundance of it. Like shearling, velvet, corduroy, calf hair, like all sorts of like really interesting textures, just like fabrics that have like a really nice hand. So anyway, I haven't had a corduroy jacket or worn a corduroy jacket in, I don't know, probably since like grade school or something, but I really liked it. And I don't know if you guys can see, but the wales are like a thick, thin corduroy wale. It's really cool. And it has this like flipped up collar styling. So you can close it up this way for really cool days, or if you want like a really kind of stoic kind of look. And then 3 buttons. And then it's got like the 2 pockets and then the 1 extra pocket here that makes it pretty traditional. It almost looks like a hunting jacket. And I know this style jacket comes in a bunch of different materials because I think this is like a rag and bone staple. But I saw like tweed and just regular kind of like a cotton canvas and all kinds of different materials. But I really liked the corduroy. I thought, why not? So anyway, that's what I'm wearing today. I wonder if I'm gonna be too hot at the show. I have a t-shirt underneath so I can just take the jacket off if I want, but I don't know. Sometimes it's like touch and go. If I'm dancing a lot, then I'll get hot. But if it's like a chill crowd, these places I feel like are usually over air conditioned, so I think I'll be comfortable in this. I am running so late. Our dinner reservation is at 5:30, and we are leaving super early because traffic has been horrible, and we just want to get our car parked and just get there. So we want to leave at 4. I mean, we're really being like very dramatic, but I was like, look, if we have the time, let's just do it. So anyway, it's about 3:45. And I just finished my video for tomorrow, so I didn't have time to put any makeup on, which is okay. I mean, I'm pretty much just gonna be in the dark all night. And I'm starting to think this rag and bone jacket, I love it, but I think it's gonna be a little bit too warm. Yeah, I don't know. Actually, I'm gonna go check and see what my husband's wearing, because he's very sensible, and he'll know what to wear and if I'm gonna be too hot in this, so let's check in with him. Okay, here's my outfit for the evening. My husband suggested I put on like more lighter layers. So I kept my t-shirt on, I put on just a white button down, and then I have this windbreaker because when we get out of the show, it's definitely gonna be breezy and chilly. As soon as the sun goes down here, it's, yeah, it gets cold. So my Dior parka, I just kept my black Cos, I think these are Cos, taper leg pants on, and then I put on my Loewe's because I wanted something comfortable, but these are getting on in their years, so I don't really, you know, I don't mind if these get scuffed. And now I have pockets for more stuff because they don't allow bags bigger than like 6 by 6 by 2 or something like that, which is okay, but I don't want to be kind of, I don't like, there's certain things I don't like bringing a handbag to, and a concert is definitely one of them. So this is going to be great. I'm going to put everything in my pants pockets, I think, but in case there's any overflow, put it in my coat. All right, I am ready to hit Smith & Wollensky. Oh my God, I'm so excited for a juicy steak. So I'm just waiting for my husband to get ready. He's actually doing laundry. He's like, wait, I have to wait for this load to finish before we leave. So just waiting for him, but I thought, you know, because I mentioned Smith & Wollensky and I mentioned, you know, having a steak or whatever, that reminded me that I haven't given you like much of an update in terms of where I am in my fitness journey or my body journey. I feel like I need to somehow like phrase it much better because it's not just about fitness. It's not just about health. It's definitely not even, it has anything to do with weight or the way I look, but it really is about just my body. I'm not going to get into it too much right now. I'm going to make a whole video about it because I do think it's something that if you're interested in, you'll watch that video, and if it's just like the last thing you want to talk about, you just won't watch that video. I didn't want to just like slip it into another vlog and like, you know, just sort of like sneak attack people who don't, you know, who could care less about like health and fitness and, you know, eating and all that kind of stuff. So I'm not going to linger, but I just want to say that things are going really, really well. And I have definitely learned a lot about myself and, I mean, really about myself on this journey. And it's so interesting because that's what it always comes down to. So because this topic is so fraught with emotion and with personal experience, I don't want to just talk about it like, yeah, so I like changed up the way I'm eating and I'm like working out more and I lost weight. Oh my God, I'm so happy. That is so far from what is actually going on with me and this journey. And it's really become, which is so interesting because everything is so related. It's just about like my mental health and my history with not just food, but with, you know, and I'm sure I'm speaking for most of you out there, but not just with food, but with body image, with societal pressure, with how I need to personally deal with that. And I think this is the first time that I'm actually like thinking about it. I think a lot of things just sort of end up in your subconscious. So anyway, I did just want to say that things are going really well. I am happy with how it's going. I do feel better. So anyway, I just wanted to mention it. I didn't want to just like not talk about it at all, but I will have a dedicated video to it. But I've hit about, what's today's date? I've hit just about the 3-month mark, right? September, October, November. Yeah, the 3-month mark now. So I've been doing this for a quarter of a year. Yeah, and it's just really interesting. So anyway, stay tuned for that. But I just wanted to say all is well and it's going well and I'm continuing on this new path. It's been really good, really good. To the Venetian, it took us about 40 minutes. It normally takes us about 15. So there's quite a bit of traffic. Just all the construction, all the Formula One lighting and the stands and everything, they're all up. So anyway, we're here and we ended up valeting at the Palazzo And Smith & Wollensky is actually in the Venetian. They're connected. It's like one thing, but we have to walk basically to like the other side of this building. So let's go for that walk. Just finished at Smith & Wollensky, and we're making our way over to the Sphere through the Venetian. It's like at least, I want to say, a half-mile walk. It's like longer than an airport walk. But anyway, I think we're almost there. next day since I vlogged last? I don't even remember. I'm so sorry, I apologize. But last night I made the most amazing pumpkin stew in my new pumpkin pot. I'm gonna stick some footage in here. It was so delicious. I'm gonna stick a link to the recipe down here. I found it, I was really insistent on getting some sort of pumpkin something going in that pot. And so I just did a search for pumpkin stew, and this one came up. It had great ratings. And I think what I really liked about it was that it used canned pumpkin, because the last thing I wanted to do was like carve up a pumpkin. It's just a lot of work. Like, I don't know if you guys have ever made like butternut squash or acorn squash soup or anything like that, like where you actually have to like get in to the meat of the squash and it has a really hard exterior. It's just a lot of work. Anyway, so this recipe called for potatoes and canned pumpkin. And I was like, perfect, right up my alley. So I did a couple of substitutions and I left out a couple things. Off the top of my head, I substituted sweet potato for the russet potatoes. I left out the beans. Beans are very starchy, so I left that out. And I used ground turkey instead of ground beef. And of course the recipe has like options for like a vegan or vegetarian, I can't remember, but it's in the recipe if you're interested in taking a look. And I use low fat coconut milk. There's a huge difference, low fat between like a full fat coconut milk. And I thought, oh, if it's a little runny, it's a little runny. It was plenty thick. I don't think you need the full fat coconut at all. And it was so delicious. It was so delicious, and it's so simple. Like, there aren't a ton of different spices. I think it's just like bay leaves, basil, salt, pepper. I think that's it. Yeah, it's so delicious. So delicious. So I'm glad I found that recipe. I'm glad I put my pumpkin pot to good use. So I'm looking at it, I'm like making googly eyes at my pumpkin pot sitting on the stove. So that was last night. That's about it. That's about it. It was kind of a quiet day yesterday. But I know in the beginning of this vlog, I mentioned receiving some things from Farah Homidi, and then I wanted to open it up with you guys. So I got the box, I opened it up, and when I realized what it was, I was like, let's open this up together, because this is a brand that I've been super curious about, but I just haven't gotten around to it. But I started following them on Instagram. I noticed them starting to pop up on different retailers, and then they reached out for my mailing address, and I was like, oh my God, are they gonna send me stuff? So here's the card, and this is, and I apologize deeply if I'm mispronouncing this name, but Farah Homidi, I think. And it looks like they sent a bunch of stuff, beautifully packed. So let's go through this, let's see. And I haven't put my makeup on today. Can you tell? I haven't put my makeup on today, so I think I would like to use some of this stuff. Oh, first thing is a lip brush. Ooh, so it comes in this box. Hold on, let me give you the full experience. Comes in this box, and her logo is like embossed in the cardboard there. And then here is the lip brush. So here is the lip brush. Oh, cool. Cap sits right on the back. Here's the brush. Very nice. I like this design. It's so sleek. Very nice. Okay, so that's the lip brush. A smudge and contour lip pencil. Ooh. And let's see if there's a shade. Maybe the shade is Doux, D-O-U-X. Oh, here's a pencil sharpener. So this is the brand's color. This is their signature color. It's this blue. And then here is the pencil. Ooh, beautiful. It's like beautiful, like rosewood shade. That's perfect. Okay. That looks very promising. I have another one. This is in the shade Minky. So Minky looks a little deeper. So here is Minky. Here's that dough. Have another one in the shade Velvet. Beautiful blue-toned red. Gorgeous. Perfect for the holidays. I'm gonna be saying that a lot. And then this shade is Premier. Ooh, this is a brighter red. You guys see that? It's like a little bit more orange in this one, a little bit more blue in that one. So this one's Premier. Essential Lip Refill. Hold on, let me see if there's the full packaging first. That'll probably make more sense. So here is the Essential Lip Compact. Ooh, Ooh, look at this compact. Oh, wow. Look at that. Oh my God, that's amazing. So this whole thing is refillable. There's this little spot here that you can pop it out. And this shade is red number 1. I think just this top is just like a balm. I may have to look up on their site like how I'm supposed to be using this. I don't want to mess it up. I think I'll have to go onto her site and see how I'm supposed to apply those two different products. Here's another lip compact in Nude 1. That's gorgeous. Gorgeous. Okay, we're gonna be trying these on today. Oh, and then we have a refill here, and this is in red 2. So this is what the refill looks like. Sorry, my landscapers are here. Ooh, and this red is deeper, and this just pops right out. Gorgeous. All right, and then a really big box in here. So this box is gorgeous. Oh, I think I know what this is. Oh my goodness, they're so loud. Hold on, I think they're almost done. Okay, I think they're done for now. I think they're done for now. Anyway, I was showing you the pochette from Farah's line. Look at this beauty, I love it. So I just looked it up. It is meant to be like a makeup case, and it's meant to protect your makeup with all of this delicious padding. This is also made in Italy, and it is vegan. So even though this feels like the softest, like lambskin ever, this is not. This is not an animal skin. So I love this. It's not perfect for me. This is like the perfect clutch. Oh my God, I'm obsessed with this. I love it. So a big thank you to Farah Homidi. And again, if I'm mispronouncing her name, I apologize. And I was also just looking up her line and her history. She's a makeup artist. She's based in New York, having moved there from LA. And she's known for like minimalistic makeup. And at the moment, she only has these lip products, the lip compacts and the lip pencils and the lip brush. So definitely going to be putting those on next. Oh, you know what I didn't look up? How I should, like if there's an order, like put the clear on or what? Let's see. So the Essential Lip Compact, a revolutionary smooth whipped long wearing lip color with a comfortable matte feel. The highly pigmented Color Plush Soft Matte formula is uniquely lightweight and delivers a cream to powder finish. Layer over the cushiony Prime Balm for an everlasting lip. Okay, so you're meant to put on I'll just show you again, this top part first and then the color on top. I'm excited. Okay, let's head on over to my makeup room and we'll put this on. All right, let's see. I did also want to try a new Dior blush. They sent me this shade. Let me take the cover off. There's quite a bit of glare there, but they sent me this shade, which I've never tried before, and it's called Sillage 339. It's such a pretty, cool-toned neutral, like it's almost like a desaturated pink. Anyway, that looks very promising. And then Patrick Starr sent me his One Size Ultimate Setting Powder. It's in that ultra pink. Just so curious about it, so I thought I'd try that too. But I don't have any other like new stuff that I can shoehorn into this because I do want to try the Farah lip stuff. And I have a lot of new lip stuff to try, so anyway, I'm going to have to space that out. So I'm going to use the Kjaer Weis Beautiful Tint. I've been going hard with this, and I have it in the shade F1. This appeared in my most recent favorites. All right, there is the Beautiful Tint. I do feel like I need a little bit of concealer. I've been using the Urban Decay Quickie. Just really playing around with it, trying it with different bases, trying it with and without powder or whatever. It's really, really quite good. And this is that product that Tara Babies recommended when we did our little Sephora shopping together, and I'm so, so happy. I mean, as you guys know, she tests out so much makeup, so of course she's right. Okay, and now to try this powder. So the Ultimate Setting Powder. Now I have dry skin, so I don't generally like to use a lot of powder when I use powder, if I use it at all. But I really wanted to try this. Oh, it's got a flip top lid. And then let me take the protective seal off. And this pink is quite pink. Usually when I've used like pink toned, you know, loose powders or pressed powders even, they're much paler than this. Okay, gonna grab a big fluffy powder. Ooh. Just kind of press it. Ooh, wow. Okay, that's like super blurring. That's what I've heard about this powder. Hold on, let me get a close look here. Wow, so smooth. They should just call this "You Don't Need a Filter" powder. Ooh, that's really lovely. Wow, okay. I'm glad I tried this. What's that? Ultimate setting powder. Well, it sure is. Yeah, I mean, my skin definitely looks matte, which I'm not always in the mood for. But man, does it look blurred and filtered. Doesn't look dry. It just looks matte, which is really nice. Okay, I am going to, what am I going to do? Do I want to put bronzer on today? Probably, because I'm just so freaking pale. Yeah, I've got my Mob Beauty bronzers out here, so I'm just going to throw some on. I'm just using the cream bronzer first, and then I'm going to throw the powder bronzer on all over. Let's dig into this Dior blush that I have here. Yeah, I'm really excited to try this shade. Let me do a swatch for you. Here is the blush. This is really nice. This is a really beautiful, cooler toned alternative to Charnel, which is like one of my favorite rouge blushes from Dior. This Sillage is like the pink version of that. Okay, I'm going to use this Benefit Fluff Up Brow Wax. I really like this product. I wonder why they don't make this tinted. At least I didn't see tinted versions. They just have this wax. Maybe it's meant to be like a finishing situation, like after some penciling or something, but I really just like this product just all by itself. Eyeshadow. I've been going really hard with the YSL, as you can tell, with the YSL quad. I guess I'll just continue to do so. I'm just going to use this shade down here. Just sweeping that one shade all over the lid. That's all I'm going to do. And then I'm going to use the Victoria Beckham Nightshade liner. And I'm just running it over my waterlines, top and bottom. All right, gonna curl my lashes. And I'm trying to spread the love with all of these mascaras that I now have open. So I'm gonna use my Lancome Def and Seal mascara. It's waterproof. And this has a nice kind of like dry feel to it. You know, some mascaras feel wet. This is like the exact opposite. I don't know if you can like feel dryness on your lashes, but I don't know. Yeah, it's just kind of like a dry mascara, which I really like. It does a really nice job like lengthening my lashes though. You see? See how long my puny lashes look? Did this make it on TikTok as like one of those crazy blur powders? Well, it should. It should. It should blow up TikTok. Okay. Let's move on to Farah's Essential Lip Compact. So I'm going to use, of course, you guessed it, the nude, nude one shade. So I am going to just run my finger over that balm. I put a little bit on before, but I want to use a little bit more now that I know I'm supposed to put it on first. Okay, lip primer is on. I'm gonna be an adult and I'm gonna use the lip brush. You guys know me, I don't generally use lip brushes. I probably would, like on a normal day, I'd probably just go in with my finger. But this is a fairly deep shade, so I want to be a little bit more precise with it. Draw on. Oh, this is such a pretty color. It's pinkier than it looks in the pan. Okay, so some initial thoughts. This primer up here is definitely that. I feel like it's definitely more of a primer. I feel like my lips are very smooth, but they don't necessarily feel like super moisturized, like I just put a lip oil or a balm on. I think it really is just to prime the area for a lip color. And this is, as you can see, it has like a powdery matte effect. It doesn't feel especially moisturizing, but it doesn't feel dry. I don't know if it's because I have that primer down, but I almost just don't feel anything. Very weightless. Applied very easily. The color is beautiful. All right. I love it. I love it. So because I used the brush, I don't feel like I need a pencil, but let's see. If I had to pick which pencil I would use this Doux, D-O-U-X, and kind of like clean up the lines over here, but I think the brush was great, so I don't think I need a pencil necessarily. All right, well, I'm gonna get on with my day. I actually have a video I should film. Since I'm sitting here, I should just do it right now. So I'm gonna do that, and then I'll be back in a bit. Hi friends, I am here editing this vlog, and I did not close out properly. I also never talked about my thoughts on the U2 concert and the Sphere. It was fantastic. U2 was great. The Sphere is phenomenal, as you saw. And yeah, there isn't that much more to say, but I just want to say that it was lovely. I thought I filmed like a reaction to it, a summation of my evening. I don't know where that footage went. Anyway, I wanted to close out this vlog, and I just wanted to remind you guys, anyone who's still here after like an hour, to check my description box for a link to Luna's site, a link to her Instagram feed, and to mention or use Michele10 to get 10% off through November 27th, Cyber Monday. It's just a deal you shouldn't pass up. All right, guys, I will see you in my next vlog.